I'm kicking back and I'm vibing, I'm chilling, I'm good. I'm kicking back and I'm vibing, I'm chilling, I'm good. I'm kicking back and I'm kicking back and I'm kicking back and I'm vibing, I'm chilling, I'm good. I'm kicking back and I'm good. Everything good over here, yeah. Everybody know I ain't about that drama. Everything good over here, yeah. Everybody know I ain't about that drama, oh yeah. Oh, look what it started. I'ma tell you right now, I plan on chilling so hard right now.
Hey, welcome back to my channel. You already know what it is. I ain't gonna waste no time, so let's get into it. Whoever this message is for, I feel like you are someone who has cut a lot of negativity and distractions out of your life, because you may have realized that it was only draining your energy or impacting you or your overall well-being and keeping you from reaching your full potential. So I feel like you had to make some significant changes in your life in order to create better for yourself, even if it meant letting go of certain people, places, and habits that were only hindering your self-development. Because I feel like you no longer want to deal with certain things and people anymore that does not align with your higher self. So with the first card being the Seven of Pentacles, this lets me know that you are now investing in yourself and focusing on your own happiness by doing the things that you love and working towards your goals, as well as nourishing yourself. However, I feel like there is someone who has been watching you or trying to keep up with you, and they don't like what they see with the Four of Cups here. Whoever this person is, they are very bothered by this new version of you, because they can no longer deceive you or manipulate their way back into your life, is what I'm getting with the Seven of Swords here. This person no longer has access to you and your energy anymore. So I feel like they are in disbelief because they are so used to being able to reach you, or they are used to getting their way or getting a certain reaction out of you. But you are now on airplane mode, and this person can no longer disturb your peace with the Four of Swords here. So I feel like it's very hard for this person or people in general to reach you or contact you like they used to, is what I'm getting, because you are now protecting your peace by staying drama free, staying out of the way, as well as prioritizing yourself and your own well-being. Not this person or these people anymore is what I'm getting. So they can't believe that you are feeling more whole and complete without them with the World card here. However, what this person does not understand, or they are just now starting to realize, is that you never needed them in order to feel good about yourself. They actually needed your acknowledgement or attention in order to feel relevant. But you are totally unfazed, unbothered, and no longer participating or falling for their games or their BS. Because for some of you, this could have been someone who tried to triangulate you, thinking that they could have their cake and eat it too. Or like I said, this could be more than one person that you cut off with the Three of Cups here. However, I feel like when you cut this person off, you never looked back, and they are low-key going crazy because of their loss of of power or their loss of control they thought they had over you with the Magician card here. This is someone or people who thought that they could play God in your life, or they thought that they were the center of your world. However, I don't feel like this person was ever the center of your world, but they may have assumed that they were because of how you made them feel or how you treated them, is what I'm getting with the Lovers card here. I feel like you are someone, when you love hard. So you may go above and beyond for those who you love and care about. However, I feel like these people or this person who you cut off, they took that for granted with the Five of Swords here. This person or these people has done a lot of deceitful things behind your back, and they thought that you would never find out about it. So they never saw a reason to change their ways. And now they are feeling stuck because they don't know what to do or how to move forward now that you are no longer around, or they no longer have your support, is what I'm getting. Alright. So next, let's get a few cards from my deck here. All right, let's see what flipped over in my deck. First card, okay, it says done deal. All right, it says I don't owe you shit. Okay, so I mean, you know, somebody may feel like you turned your back on them or whatever. All right, but I just feel like, you know, you done. You're somebody, what I'm getting is you are somebody who loves hard. All right, you do. But when you done, you done. It's a done deal. It's a wrap, all right? And you could have gave people or someone multiple chances, you know what I mean? But I just feel like it's a done deal, you know? When it's a wrap, it's a wrap. Yeah, you love hard, but like I said, somebody crossed you. Some people crossed you, or with the Five of Swords, or whatever the case may be. And they may have did this multiple times, all right? And now somebody or some people acting like you owe them something. You know what I mean? Yeah, because you're not communicating with this person or these people. Whoever this is, it says no contact nor communication. Yeah. So this person or these people, they're trying to get in contact with you. They're trying to reach you, but they can't. They can't reach you or get in contact with you like they used to, baby. You're not available like you used to be. And I mean, it is what it is. These people or this person took you for granted. They took you for granted. And now you're not, you know what I mean? You're not as available like you used to be. So, you know, you may have some people or somebody trying to say you acting brand new. You acting funny. But they're not telling, you know, they may not be saying what pushed you, you know, to that point, or what got you there. They may not be telling their part. So this, I feel like it's somebody, you know what I mean? Or some people, they're only telling like one-sided stories. You know, they're so busy talking about you and how you acting brand new, but they're not telling like what pushed you there. What made you go no contact? What made you, you know, cut them off for good? They're not telling that part, baby. They ain't telling what they did now. All right, let's see. All right, we got you're making your dreams a reality. Okay, so you doing your own thing. You going after the things that you want to achieve in your life, that you want to accomplish, all right? You making your dreams a reality, baby. It is what it is, yeah. You're focusing on your own dreams and goals. Because you may have used to put others before you is what I'm getting. Or this is somebody or people that you used to put them before you. You were always looking out for others is what I'm getting. And then you started putting yourself first. And now you got some people or somebody feel like you acting funny because you putting yourself first now. You finally looking out for yourself. You always used to look out for others is what I'm getting. You had everybody else back. But I feel like you wasn't looking out for yourself the way you needed to. But you finally are now. You're finally doing what makes you happy. Yeah. All right, let me see what this is. They hit the floor. All right, so this is what hit the floor, and it says more than one. All right, so this is more than one person. All right, for some of you, this is more than one person who you had to cut off. All right, who is feeling some type of way right now because you are protecting your peace. Look what I see on the bottom of the deck. It says your inner peace cannot be fucked with. All right, you're not letting people fuck with your peace anymore. All right. You don't have time for any drama. Nobody pulling you down into their mess. None of that, baby. Oh, okay. Let's see. So we got, oh my goodness. All right, so we got these two cards here. I guess I'm going to take this too because it came out over here on the side. These two came out flipped over. So, oh my goodness, listen, for some of you, you have cut a lot of people off, baby. Okay, we got the more than 5 card came out and the more than 1 card came out. All right, so for some of you, you have cut a lot of people off. All right. Well, I just got, and it don't get no better than that. You just feel so good. So you have cut a lot of people off for some of you. That's what I'm getting with that more than 5, all right? We also have these 2 that came out, all right? It says, stop letting people treat you like they help, and we got to protect your peace at all costs. Yeah, you protecting your peace at all costs now, all right? You are prioritizing your mental and emotional well-being above all else, all right? Yeah. I feel like you was doing a lot for others. You know, or for people that you really cared about or you loved, or, you know, whatever the case may be. You used to do a lot for people, and I feel like you may not have gotten much back in return, all right? There were people who you had to cut off who took you for granted, is what I'm getting, you know? You were always that person. I feel like you like the strong one or something. You were either the strong one of the friend group or something, or a stable one or something, but you are that person that people was always calling on for help, or they needed something, but people may not have always checked in on you, you know? Like, you're the one that people could call on. They knew they could count on. People know they can count on, but not too many people was calling to check in on you to see if you was all right, you know? To see if you was good. That's what I'm getting. So I feel like you had to cut, like I said, y'all had to cut some people off. For some of you, you had to cut a lot of people off, all right? That just, you know, it was draining. You know, if you're too busy pouring into other people and pouring into their cup and they're not pouring into you, it can become draining. It can become exhausting, you know? That's what I'm getting as well with the 4 of Cups. Exhausted. Like, she looked exhausted as hell, you know? Too exhausted to accept that cup behind her that somebody's trying to give her. Yeah, okay, so let me get a couple more cards. I just feel like you finally doing what's best for you now. All right. Cut off game strong. Yeah. Like I said, you finally doing what's best for you. And, you know, there's people who don't understand that. Those who don't understand it, they don't need to be in your life if they don't understand it. You know what I'm saying? You got to make sure you good before you got to make sure you straight before you can make sure anybody else is straight. All right? You got to make sure your cup is filled before you can pour into anybody else's cup, you know? So don't nobody else, you know, for those who don't understand it, they don't need to be a part of your life. Because that sounds selfish, all right? If they don't understand that. Okay? Because you're human too, baby. All right? Cut off gang strong, though. Okay? Confirmation. Confirmation, baby. You have to cut some people out, baby. It may not have felt good at first, but I feel like it feels good now. It's a relief. I feel like you feel relief. A weight has been lifted, you know? I don't feel like you cut everybody off, but I feel like you had to cut people off who, you know, you knew did not mean you well, or was draining, or only taking from you. Users, you know? For some of you, this was a friend. It says ex-friend. For some of you, you had to cut a friend off. One-sided friendship is what I'm getting. Yeah, I feel like y'all had to cut some one-sided relationships off. You know what I mean? It's one-sided. You know, it is what it is. You could really love and care about somebody, but you got to really see and look at things for what they really are, and the relationships and connections in your life for what they really are. And sometimes when you really look at a relationship that you have with someone, whether it's a friendship, romantic partner, or a family member, whatnot, if you really pay attention, are you the one that's always there for them? Are you the one that's always pointing to them? Are they always just calling you when they need something or they want something? You know, you got to just really look at shit for what it really is, you know? And I feel like that's what you did. Or you just got tired. You got tired. Tired of being used. I feel like you are somebody you count on yourself. There's not too many people you can count on, but you know you can count on yourself. Or that's what you realize. The very people or the very person I'm pouring into, I can't even count on them. Yeah. All right. Yeah. It says they smile in your face. Whole time they want to take your place. All right. So yeah, you have to cut. This came out right after ex-friend. So for some of you, this may have been a fake, phony friend. All right. A frenemy. Smile in your face. Whole time they want to take your place, baby. And the Five of Swords did come out. So somebody was just a backstabber. All right. Somebody was fake. You had to cut some fakes out. All right. Out of your life. You realize somebody or some people was just fake. They were only using you for what you had. Because the whole time they really wanted to be you, or they wanted what you have. So some people who, what I've noticed in life is that some people who want what you have, and they will smile in your face the whole time they want to take your place, even if they can't take your place, they will still try to connect with you, be friends with you, or get close to you so they can use you. If they can't take your place, if they can't have what you have, they're going to use you for what you have. You know what I mean? Or whatever the case may be. And then, crazy thing about it is the moment you can't give them what they want or whatever they're asking from you, that's when you're going to see their true colors. That's when they turn on you. That's when they'll backstab you. And in some cases, people have lost their life due to a fake friend. A frenemy. Yeah. I feel like for some of you, these people or this person who you had to cut off, you outgrown them. These are people or someone who you have outgrown. These are people or someone who don't want to really grow up. You know, they still they still in the same place they were 5 years ago, 10 years ago. You know what I mean? Like they're just not trying. You've outgrown them. You know, the relationship or whatever it is. It was, like I said, whether it was a friendship, romantic partner, or whatever the case may be. They took your love for granted, is what it says. Confirmation. And yeah, you just meaningful. It says meaningful connections only. Like you're done with the fakes and phonies. You're done with people who just want to use you, just want to connect with you to reap the fruits of your labor. You know, you only meaningful connections only. That's it. That's it. You know. Tired of connecting with people who just only want to connect with you because of what you have or whatever the case may be, or what they can get from you. You know what I mean? Deeper connections, I feel like, Tired of superficial connections, for some of you is what I'm getting. And it says you released a lot of baggage so you could find time to reach your happy place. Yeah. You're in a more happier space. Now that you have cut some of these people or this person out of your life, all right? And yeah, you're unbothered, okay? You're unbothered, you're unfazed. That's confirmation. You don't have time for any of that mess anymore, people's mess, drama, old baggage, you released it. You have released a lot. You have healed a lot as well, is what I'm getting. And then, like I said, some people feeling some type of way, but it's just like, because they got cut off or whatever. But, I mean, you're feeling a lot better. You're feeling a lot better without this person or these people, They don't understand or they don't care that they were just weighing down. These people or this person was a burden, actually. These are the type of people or person who creates a lot of problems and drama and a lot of mess, and then they look to you to clean it up, or want advice or need some money or something to get them out of their BS that they created. Look at you like you're the fixer-up, in their life, in their mess. And people get tired of, some people, get tired of cleaning up other people's mess all the time. It's always something, So whoever this was, or some of these people were, they was very, they drama starters or something, very messy, had a lot of baggage, brought a lot of baggage into your life. They were more of a burden, is what I'm getting. Okay, it says they expected you to stay quiet or hidden. Okay, so somebody or some people expected you to never say nothing, okay? Or never stand up for yourself and just let them continue to walk all over you, or just let them continue to do what they doing, what they were doing or whatnot. But I just feel like you was just like, enough is enough. Deuces, Like, I'm tired of your shit. So some of y'all may have had to, before you parted, okay, ways, you said what you had to say. You may have had to tell some people off or tell somebody off before you cut them off. Okay, and you probably had some people shook, or somebody shook because they was just like, look at the face. Okay, so I feel like some of you, before you cut this person off or you cut some people off, you told them off as well. And they're shocked, okay? And they also big mad, like, oh my goodness, who are you? I know you. But I feel like they were stuck, like, You see his face? Like, they was big man. They ain't know what to say. You had them stuck. Like, it's so much they want to say, but they was all discombobulated because they just couldn't believe it. So you just could be somebody who's actually pretty laid back, pretty chill, somebody who's very emotionally intelligent. But shoot, you know, enough is enough. Everybody had their limits, and I just feel like you had to tell somebody. For some of you, you had to tell somebody off before you cut them off, or yeah, something like that. And you had them stuck. They ain't even know what to say. They was like, what the? But they probably talk mess afterwards to other people. But okay, let me get a couple more cards before I end this. Okay, so you just, you know, you got some people upset, baby, because you finally put yourself first, baby. It is what it is. For some of you, it's an ex-lover. Mr. Lover. All right. But yeah, I just feel like, you know, it is what it is. You know, you had to put your foot down, all right? Got some people a little shook, like, what? What's going on with you? I feel like it was always there. I just feel like a lot of you are more of peacemakers. You don't really like, you may not really like confrontation. But I think people don't understand, just because, you know, some people don't like confrontation, it doesn't mean they can't go there, baby. You know what I mean? Just because a person don't like confrontation, that does not mean that they cannot go there. All right? It is what it is. And so I just feel like you're somebody who more of a peacemaker. You try to always be a peacemaker, and you don't really like confrontation, but baby, somebody push you to the limit. All right, I'm just getting, I ain't no killer, but don't push me. You know what I'm saying? It's just like somebody, and you know, some people, that's where they get people, they underestimate people, because just because a person don't like to take it there, it don't mean they can't. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? So somebody had you messed up. For some of you, somebody had you messed up, and they were so shocked when they saw the other side of you come out. You went off on, for some of you, you went off on an ex-lover or an ex-friend, or just whoever these people or this person is you cut off. Because like I said, for some of you, it was more than one person. And somebody, you may have had to go off on them before you cut them off that week. And you had them kind of shook. Yeah, because it says not afraid to take action. Yeah. Yeah, you took action. You did what you had to do. It was a done deal, all right? It says you are a mover and a shaker. You get things done. It was just time. Listen, I just feel like a lot of you was just like, this is it, all right? This is my time is up here, or their time is up in my life. I'm sick of it. Enough is enough. And yeah, deuces, all right? And we have on the bottom of the deck, misery loves company. Yeah, see, for some of you, I feel like you realize that this person or some of these people that you were associated with or whatnot, you felt down when you were around them, or they tried to keep you down. It was just like misery love company. So you didn't even feel good when you was around them. Like, you know what I mean? Like, this is people or somebody who want to keep you down is what I'm getting, something like that. All right, let me get one more card. All right, let's see. Okay, and we have, you are making boss moves and decisions. Yeah, you moving like a boss now, baby. It is what it is. And sometimes, you know, bosses have to, you know, make some hard decisions, and you are the boss of your life, you know. So you are firing people. You cutting people out, you know, that just can't get the, you know, they ain't getting the job done. They ain't make the cut, all right? They ain't cutting it. You need to cut it. Yeah, you cutting them out, you know what I'm saying? You cutting out what do not serve your highest good in your life. You cutting out things. And I don't feel like it's just people. I feel like it's habits, you know, just certain things, certain places, certain environments. You're cutting things out that just don't serve your highest good. That's just not good for you. So it is what it is. You doing what you got to do. And sometimes it ain't always easy being a boss, doing what you got to do. But at the end of the day, you know, it's all for the greater good. It's all for your highest good, baby. You know what I'm saying? And that's just that on that. And they have no power over you. So somebody, yeah, they feeling some type of way. Because they feel like they lost control. Whatever control or power they thought they had over you, somebody, they thought is what I'm getting. Look at the face. They're in disbelief. Because I'm feeling like somebody never thought that you would cut them off. For some of you, somebody is really shocked because they never thought you would cut them off for good. All right? Somebody never thought, and I just feel like this is somebody in particular, never thought that you would cut them off for good, baby. They thought they had some type of power or control over you or something, baby. Yeah. And this person is really feeling some type of way. I feel like this is somebody who is really, really talking. All right, really talking they talk. You know what I'm saying? Really talking mess, really feeling some type of way. On the bottom of the deck, it says fearful, worried, regret, and stressed, okay? And this person is feeling all of that, all right? Feeling all of that. Yeah. Don't even know what to do. Without you is what I'm getting. Yeah, somebody, so this could have been for some of you, somebody who it was some type of codependency there. All right. Because somebody don't even know what to do now that you cut them off. So this may be somebody who depended on you for something. All right. For some of you. All right. But this completes your message. All right. Until next time.